Do you know what it means to be a motherless daughter? Did you know you can have mother loss without mother death? Mother loss comes in many forms, and we're here to shed some insight through Nurturing Words, a podcast from the Motherless Daughters Ministry. Spend some time with us as we share 20 years worth of truth treasures, pearls of wisdom, and diamonds of hope to help you with your mother loss.
Hi, welcome to the 5th episode of Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience. I'm your host, Gladys Bell, and I'm happy to bring Mary Ellen Collins back to help us look at what our adult behavior shows us about losing a mother between birth and 6 years of age. Take a listen.
Hi. Did you experience mother loss when you were from birth to 6 years old? And how does that affect you today as an adult? Can you trust anyone? Today I want to share with you our 20 plus years of experience of working with motherless daughters. And what I really want for those of you who can relate to this, who lost your mother from birth to the age of 6. And we're going to talk about how that affects you today. Now, if you're aware of other motherless daughters, share this message with them. Today, I just want you to focus on your age of loss, 0 to 6. This ministry was created for you, to walk with you in your grief, to hold you, to empower you. So please know that we are here for you. Earlier, we introduced you to age and stage, plus the ability of a caretaker to allow you to grieve. It has an effect on your long-term adaptability. In other words, how much your head is screwed on as an adult, how centered you are. So I want to go forward and talk to you about those who have experienced mother loss when they were from birth to 6 years old. The major theme for this age group, and remember we talked about Erikson before, so the major theme in this stage of adult development is, can I trust the people around you? That each stage we have to learn how to master these and how to conquer. And that first is trust. We have to learn how to trust in this age. If we can learn that, we become secure, we become nurtured, we become loved. But if we don't learn it, we have failed to develop trust. And it results in a fear and a disbelief. So trust versus mistrust is one of the most important questions. Can I trust the people around me is really the first question relating to this theme. Next, it's, can I do other things myself? Or am I reliant on the help of others? So if I feel like I am competent enough to be successful, that's great. But on the other hand, if I don't, I am left with a feeling of inadequacy and self-doubt. The next major theme is, am I good or am I bad? See, during this stage, it's important for everyone to be encouraged that they are good, so they feel good about themselves. But the children who don't experience that, they're a success in this stage. It leads to purpose, and when failure results in a sense of guilt. So those are the main 3 themes around this age of development. In the Motherless Daughters Ministry, we've collected over 20 years of comments and insights from women. Some women who've experienced mother loss during this stage translate that early loss into being non-trusting as adults. Behaviors range from keeping their true identity closed off because they don't trust anybody to really know them, or simply sometimes they can look like control freaks. One woman who had lost her mother at age 5 said she felt as if she had everything herself, and others, she had to do everything herself, but others felt like she was very controlling. Secretly, her real issue is she didn't trust anyone to do any of those things. And her controlling behavior was connected to mistrust of others and the loss of her mother at age 5. There's some specific themes that run through this age of loss, the 0 to 6-year-olds. One is to experience loss. A child must first have developed the ability to miss someone. So that usually occurs between the ages of 6 months and 1 year. So when a woman experiences mother loss before age 6, she may feel very little connection to the image of the woman who gave birth to her. One woman shared, she told me that she said, I really look like my mother. The pictures I have of her show how similar we are, but I can't get the connection. Should I? I want to. It's just not there. This woman experienced enormous guilt and stress when other family members pushed her to feel connected to the mother she lost at 6 weeks old. So a lot of guilt and shame that others can bring on. The second theme that happens with this age of loss is what you hear as toddlers, and not only toddlers, but young children. They can recall visual and they can recall tactile things related to their loss. For instance, one woman said, I was walking through a crowd and smelled the perfume that my mother wore, and I was constantly taken back and flashes of memory. I just can't remember if they were real or not. I think my mother wore this perfume all the time. She was 2 years old when she lost her mother. Sometimes trauma will happen where the separation really highlights specific scenes or fixes them in the child's memory. Many women will share a scene associated with their mother loss that's fixed in their mind. So one woman who experienced mother loss when she was 3 says, I can still see the image of the car tumbling over and over in my mind. And she was 3 years old when she lost her mother to a traumatic auto accident.
We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll continue our chat about motherless daughters.
Whether you've lost your mother through death or you had an emotionally absent or narcissistic mother, the Motherless Daughters Ministry website is overflowing with resources for you. You'll discover blog posts and stories written by women just like you, book recommendations for the motherless daughter, and a list of our upcoming groups and classes. You just may find the nurturing you need and deserve. Visit us at motherlessdaughtersministry.com.
Another theme that happens that women who have lost a mother in the 0 to 6 age group, they're always looking for a mother. There's a children's book that I'm sure that all of you have heard of before. It's called Are You My Mother? It's a children's book. It's about a bird that falls from the nest and goes in search for her mother. And the bird asks all these animals, are you my mother? Are you my mother? And to no avail, they're none. But eventually, the baby bird and the mother are reunited. But unlike the mother that is in the book, the mother doesn't return to our motherless daughter. And so the daughter constantly goes in search for a mother. One woman shared that she gravitates to women in her community that she thinks will give her what she's missing. She finds herself almost smothering relationships because of this. Her hope is that she can find one in one person, someone who will do all of the things she missed not having a mother. This has fractured so many new relationships and scared people off. The same woman also talked about the unfairness she puts on her husband to nurture her in ways she missed. We can't put those expectations on our spouse, our significant other, to replace the nurturing that we have lost. Another theme that runs through the 0 to 6 age group is expectations of abandonment. Here comes the catch. Women who have experienced mother loss from the ages of 0 to 6 expect to be abandoned. This can keep relationships at a distance. It can keep them from fully connecting in a meaningful way. One woman said, I know they will leave me too, so why try? Some have even played the game of, I will leave you first because I know you're going to leave me. The critical factor that really determines how emotionally balanced we are as adults is that availability of a consistent, loving, supportive another adult after losing a mother. This could be a father, it could be a grandmother, it could be an older sibling, it could be an aunt. It is anyone who's willing to invest in that child's growth with a 0 to 6 loss. Having this support in your life changes your adaptability as an adult. Ask yourself the questions about your support after loss. You do not have to remain stuck. You can learn to identify and manage this. My prayer for you is for you to stop, look inside yourself, ask yourself, how are you affected today as a result of losing your mother if you were in that age group of birth to 6 years old? If you've experienced mother loss, can you relate to any of these themes as an adult? How does this play out in your adult life? Are there ways that you act as an adult that connect with these themes? Share your stories. As we end, I'll ask you to have a wonderful week.
There are so many precious pearls we discovered in today's episode. I think it's time we go oyster diving.
Trust is a foundational human skill that is the cornerstone of all relationships. When trust has not been cemented in our formative years, the effects lurk through our lifetime, causing havoc, pain, and difficult relationships. If you have experienced mother loss, glimpsing into this age group from birth to 6 may help you understand your behaviors today as an adult. Are you controlling? Are you finding that friends don't stick with you because of your expectations for them? Are you asking your spouse or significant other to nurture you in ways a mother would? All of these can be the direct effect of loss during this age group. You have not learned trust, but have learned mistrust. Mother loss in any stage of development presents its own challenges and informs our behavior going forward. This series will unpack the unique issues and developmental stages from birth through the 60s. Sprinkled throughout this series, we'll be inserting episodes about different types of mother loss. Understanding our behavior is the first step to managing our responses.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Motherless Daughters Ministry. This podcast, Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, was created for you. We really mean that. And it means so much that you are listening today. We want to have you back with us again and again, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.